Valor Fights 42 in Newport, Tennessee. It's the pro portion of our card tonight at Cott County High School. Our next bout is presented by Chips Transmissions. It's a welterweight bout at 170 pounds, pro MMA. It's the pro debut of Yemi Oduwole out of Douglasville, Georgia, taking on Travis Connor from Lexington, Kentucky. We're cage side, Casey Oxendine, Vince Ferrara. You got to referee the face-off between Warrior FC and Valor Fights. What'd you think?
I certainly did. And you talk about breaking kayfabe. If you're going to talk about professional wrestling, this is not pro wrestling. This is as real as it gets.
Yep.
And it goes down May 6th. It's going to be a tremendous night of action. I can't wait for it. It's so much fun.
Yeah, and nothing got ugly. You can see there's respect there, but both sides want to win badly.
They certainly do, and I think it's only going to get worse as we get closer. Of course, the Valor Hour, we're going to be on every week, and we'll be talking to a lot of these guys in preparation. So, yes, I'm very excited for it, and things are going to get deeper, man. The swamps are going to get deeper, and I think they're going to drain them.
And our next, that Valor Fights 43 Border Wars will be in Corbin, Kentucky, and that will be May 6th. After that, it's the UMass Nationals in Elizabethton, Tennessee, May 26th through the 28th. Follow Valor Fights on Twitter at Valor Fights. Go to their Facebook page, Instagram, all the social media accounts. Follow Flow Combat as well. They are your outlet to see all the Valor Fights events, and we're so excited to be a part of Flow Combat and their tremendous platform for you to be able to enjoy all the great events that Valor Fights puts together, the current ones live, and then past shows to catch up on anything, future shows, and then everything on the Flow Combat platform. All right, we're ready to start our pro card and introduce our first fighters for this next bout. Let's go to the cage and Jennifer.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is a professional bout in the welterweight division brought to you by Chips Transmissions. First, please welcome to the cage, Yemi Oduwole.
Yemi Oduwole making his pro debut out of Knuckle Up Fitness in Douglasville, Georgia. So Yemi makes the move after a 7-2 amateur career into the pros. What do you think about Yemi?
Well, I think that Yemi is on a huge win streak in that he just defeated Bubba Cruz, our current Valor Fights welterweight champion. Of course, that was a non-title bout because it was outside of the welterweight weight class. That being said, Bubba is a tremendous athlete, and for him to hold a win over Bubba, it is a huge win. But man, what an opponent he has here tonight in Travis Connor. This is one that I've really looked forward to. I think both of these guys are. We spoke with Travis Connor on the Valor Hour, and he's all pumped up. Yemi Oduwole, he always comes to bang. Vince, I don't know what to expect here.
Well, I think what we should expect is an explosive fight between these two. And Travis Connor does have one fight in his pro career. That was a loss to Tanner Saraceno, who is a terrific fighter. That was in the second round at 4-10. So Yemi is in the cage. We'll tell you about Connor. More on Connor in just a moment. Let's go back to the cage and Jennifer.
And his opponent making his way to the cage. Please welcome Travis Connor.
Travis Connor is 0-1 as a professional, but very accomplished as an amateur fighter. 7-1 in his amateur career, and he's out of 4 seasons in Lexington, Kentucky. What else does Travis bring to the table?
Well, yeah, let's talk a little bit about that loss to Tanner Saraceno because we spoke about it on the Valor Hour. He cites that as a wake-up call. And, he says that'll never happen again. He said he underestimated the pressure and the ground dominance of Saraceno, which took him out of his striking range where he wanted to be. He went back to the drawing board, and he prepared this time. And he says that will never happen again. This only makes him stronger, and that Yemi Oduwole is in for the fight of his life.
Take a look at the tail of the tape in this professional welterweight bout presented by Chips Transmissions. Yemi Oduwole and Travis Connor, both of them at 27 years old, very close in height. Yemi an inch taller. Travis Connor, one fight into his pro career. Yemi making his pro debut. Yemi Oduwole weighed in at 172.4. Travis Connor at 170.4. So Yemi a little bit north of that. And so, because of that, Yemi is, giving up 20% of his purse for this bout here tonight should he come out on top. And Connor is in the cage, and we're ready to go. Let's go back to Jennifer.
This bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. First, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 172 pounds. Fights out of Knuckle Up Fitness in Douglasville, Georgia, and tonight he is making his professional MMA debut, Yemi Oduwole. And his opponent across the cage to my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 170 pounds, holds a record of 0 wins with 1 loss, and fights out of Four Seasons in Lexington, Kentucky, Travis Connor. Your referee when the action begins is Nate Jolly.
Nate Jolly, a referee for this professional welterweight bout at 170 pounds, presented by Chips Transmissions. Yemi Oduwole in the black trunks, Travis Connor in the gray trunks. 3 5-minute rounds. Valor Fights 42. We're in Newport, Tennessee at Cobb County High School. And they touch gloves?
No touch of gloves. Yemi went out to touch. Travis Connor said, no way.
They were showing respect before that, so that's a little interesting from Connor.
Yeah, I think they were touching gloves before the fact, saying, hey, let's come out and fight. At least that's what Travis Connor's thought on the topic was.
Well, both of these guys put together.
Yeah, undoubtedly. Connor, the orthodox fighter, Oduwole, standing southpaw, at least momentarily. You know, in mixed martial arts, those stances will change, and as you see right here.
Connor charging in, gets the neck of Oduwole.
Connor always looking to finish. That's one thing that is his signature. He can hurt you a lot of different ways, and he is always fishing for that finish.
Got it there. Deeper a little bit on that left underhook.
Now again, we talked about Yemi Oduwole taking out Bubba Cruz. It's a big, strong guy. And for him to hold a win over Cruz says a whole lot, and really backs up, his turn as a professional. You really rounded out a great amateur career for Oduwole.
Connor has 3 finishes in his amateur career by strikes, rear naked choke.
Keep that overhook. Don't.
And actually on another choke as well. Had a disqualification win as well. Started his career back in 2014. The Travis Connor who's on top.
Let's get back to your feet here.
Oduwole utilizing the guard, the open guard, looking for the triangle here. Travis Connor takes it for a ride, Rampage Jackson style. Oduwole holds on to the triangle, at least briefly, and he is back to square one yet again.
Man, the power on that slam. Goodness. 2 minutes gone by in round number 1.
Connor really made a statement with that slam. You know, guys will put on the triangle choke. If you're able to slam and hurt your opponent, that may deter them from trying to latch that on again. And here we go, Oduwole to his posterior, seated position, undoubtedly looking to stand up here.
Yemi, let's go up.
Corner telling Yemi to get up.
Well, you saw Yemi starting to use those elbows, those short elbows. That is 100% perfectly legal, and for him, it's the first time in his career as a professional.
Back up, Yemi.
He tried to grab the cage there, could not, and now is trying to work his way back up.
Now, this is the thing, you know, if Yemi doesn't expend too much energy and he forces Travis Connor to exert too much energy, you know, he could wear on him because, in my estimation, Connor is the stronger of the two.
Yeah.
At least it appears so at this point.
He does look like the bigger fighter, doesn't he?
Look at this. Oduwole kind of tried to mess with the neck. Travis Connor having none of that.
Connor is working hard. Single leg.
Yeah, keep that leg on the outside. Keep back outside. There you go.
Yemi defends that, gets back to a base.
Oh, and again, another takedown by Travis Connor, but Yemi still in the seated position, making it very difficult. He's forcing Connor to work very hard.
Yemi's win over Bubba Cruz is impressive as we've seen in a long time. Quite an upset. Second round, 223, neck crank.
Oh, here we go. Now Oduwole with Connor pressed up against the cage. He has the double underhooks, or did at least. Now he has the left underhook, controlling the wrist with his right hand.
Knee returned by Connor. Should Yemi try to separate here, or do you
I don't know. I like what he's doing there. You know, he's controlling that wrist. That allows him to set up those knees. That's one thing that Oduwole is known for. He's got very proficient knee strikes, particularly in the clinch. And you see it there. Travis Connor responds.
Connor turns him around. Connor's thighs are just massive. Final 20 seconds of this first round.
I think at this point, if I'm Travis Connor, I would keep the pressure in, not exert too much more energy. I don't think one more takedown is going to secure the round any more than it's already secured, but it will take some energy out of him, you know? And so we leave round one here with undoubtedly Travis Connor in the lead, but now he picks Oduwole up, helps him up, you know?
You're right. I think they probably just agreed that, hey, let's not touch, let's get after it. Because there was respect before and during. All right, so who would you score that first round to Connor?
Undoubtedly to Connor, but Connor did expend a lot of energy. He's going to have to be careful and pace himself. You know, some of those takedowns were, you know, a lot of extra work that really got zero accomplished, although that really made a statement and was really pretty to watch. That being said, it can also be dangerous. Had he not slipped it, he could have gotten even tighter into that lock, so he really needs to watch that. That being said, Travis Connor is in great shape, and if he can continue to toll away with that pressure, then he's going to definitely have a lot of success here in the fight.
Yemi standing up in his corner. He still looks like he's
good. And that's
good.
what I'm talking about. You see here, Travis, he's still down on the stool. He's catching his breath here. Oduwole, fresh as rain. And again, you know, I think that's due to Connor's work rate here. He really expended a lot of energy.
Yemi's ready to go. Hey, Charlie's telling him to get back. And Yemi wanted to touch gloves, and Connor would not. Corner wants Yemi to move forward.
Okay, Yemi in the southpaw position again. Big overhand there by Travis Connor, closing the distance.
So back to where we spent a good part of the first round.
Yeah. We'll see how much it takes for Connor to get him down. You'll typically see in a fight, as a fighter wears, it gets harder and harder for them to complete the takedowns as the fight goes on, especially in the clinch up against the cage. That takes a lot of brute power, a lot of grunt work, as opposed to like a hip toss or something where it's very explosive and quick.
What do you think of the way Yemi's defending this?
I think good. I think that, you know, and even when he goes down like this, look, he's back to the seated position. He's making Travis Connor work really, really hard to keep him down. And it could be that Connor feels like that he is, you know, a little tired. He needs to take a breather. He wants to hold Yemi down a little bit to get another head of steam going before he opens back up.
Well, Yemi, it looks like he's just catching his breath. He turned his head and looked over to his corner.
Look at that, right back to his feet. And so all of that work, you know, essentially was for nothing, you know, depending on how the judges score, because really there was no damage inflicted following the takedown.
Well, the pressure, the aggression, I mean, that's still to Connor's advantage right now.
The aggression, but if Yemi is able to you know, hit some damage. Damage is number one criteria, and aggression is a secondary criteria.
Well, Yemi's just kind of defending right now. He hadn't been able to be very offensive at any point. Not much. I mean, he's trying to stick some elbows there.
Yeah, a couple of elbows, but yeah, he's still on the defense. But how long can Travis Connor continue to push forward like this?
Right. We're scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds.
Oh, here we go. Looking for the guillotine is Yemi Oduwole.
There, Yemi, that's uncomfortable for him. Use the headlock for control, Yemi, and circle your butt away from the cage and use that.
Corner telling Yemi to go after that head control.
Now, when you do go for the guillotine, it may allow your opponent to scoop into your hips deeper. You know, typically speaking, defending the takedown, you need the crossface. So you're kind of taking a risk here, a gamble that you'll be able to secure the guillotine.
And won't that burn your arms a little bit more?
It can. Again, another takedown. Yemi back to the seated position.
And back up.
Yeah. And again, if I'm Yemi, hit that crossface. You see here, I don't like that Yemi is going to that guillotine. I would rather him land a few shots to the body, force Conor to raise his head up, and then hit that crossface. Now, just as I say it, here comes the guillotine.
Foot stomp from Conor.
Yeah, that's starting to look a little tight there, that guillotine choke. Now Yemi, the first time in the match, looking tough. He may be looking for the Peruvian necktie. Oh, beautiful switch out by Travis Conor, reversing the position yet again. Very crucial move here. That was very good.
Corner wanting elbows from Conor on top.
And just as we say it, here comes Yemi, working to the back of Travis Conor. Getting a little ahead of himself.
Wow. And he ended up on the other side.
Yeah, you've got to be very careful. You know, I'm working with a lot of the guys, and I prefer the gut wrench and staying low on the hips rather than sinking the hooks, because that can happen. When a guy TPs up and raises his hips in the air, it's very easy to fall off.
And they're slippery right now because they're sweating.
Yep.
Still attacking the neck.
Here we go. Now Yemi opening up.
Wow, he opened up just to try to go for the takedown.
Yeah. I think that if I were Yemi, I would have continued the punches because Travis wasn't defending at all here.
And those are more likely to influence the judges as well.
I think so.
Because no one's really thrown any punches. We had a couple at the start of the round, but that could have been very influential to the judges.
Yemi really needs to get on it and start throwing a lot of shots, doing anything he can to possibly influence the judges. Oh, here we go, looking to pull into the guillotine, closing that guard.
Wow.
Here we go. Pulling hard. I don't know that he has enough grip on the hips of Travis Conor to make this work.
10 seconds.
But a good attack.
Can Conor hold on? I guess chin is under. He's going to be all right. He's still punching, and that's the end of the round.
Yeah.
So how do you score
You got to give it to Travis Conor.
Yeah.
You do. But like I said, there were moments in the fight where Yemi could have turned it around, I think. I think when he opened up with that flurry, I think when he advanced to the back and he hastily jumped into the hooks position and lost it, if he had stayed back just a little bit, I think that he could have worked into a better situation. But that being said, those things didn't happen, and Travis Conor was dominant throughout most of that round.
Yemi a little bit different in the corner this time, as he looks a lot more tired than he was after round one. But Travis Conor looks even more exhausted as well. And here, take a look at the replay.
Well, there it is. He was looking for that guillotine choke and looks to advance to the back here. Oh, and that was the beautiful switch. That was really crucial there. That stopped a forward momentum for Yemi Oduwole.
So Yemi looks like, the fresher fighter, Casey.
Yeah, you see Travis was still kind of seated there. But it is Travis Conor's round to lose, really.
Fight. Yeah.
The fight, yeah.
Right.
The fight is to lose. If he wins this round, or if he survives this round, win or lose, I think, in my estimation, he takes the fight.
Yeah, could very well be up 2 rounds to none.
Oh, here we go. Oduwole. If I'm Oduwole, I would opt to strike here. I think that's his best chance.
Loose tape on the left glove, and Nate Jolly sees it. Yeah, I think that caught Conor, and they talked about it.
Yeah.
And then they started punching again, and then Nate Jolly noticed it. So
I think that's a huge break for Travis Conor.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's the more tired of the two, and that allows him to refresh a little bit more.
Right. Nate Jolly trying to be as quick, and here we go, back underway. And interesting, Yemi takes him to the cage.
Yeah.
If I'm Yemi, I would have wanted to try to stay in the stand-up and separate.
Yeah, this is a game that it has been all Travis Conor's in the first 2 rounds.
mean, even if he hasn't been threatened, and he really hasn't with a sub,
Yeah.
he's still likely losing a fight.
Yeah, undoubtedly. And like I said, you got to let go of that guillotine or you will get thrown upside down. It's happened over and over tonight.
Yeah.
Let go of the guillotine. Go towards the crossface unless you really have it deep. And look at Connor. He's looking for that finish. Just as I say it, Oduwole stands back up, presses back in.
More. Let's go, let's go, let's go. One is not going to do it, Yemi.
Yeah.
Let's go, Yemi, let's go. Light him up.
Here we go.
Separate
Connor is
there.
absolutely exhausted. This is his moment. Exactly.
This is what
Now,
Yemi-
the only way that there is another direction this fight could go is if, without a finish, is if Oduwole nearly finishes and gets a 10-8 round, and then we would see a draw.
he's going for
Now, he needs to stay way back if he wants to complete this. Travis Connor, very good at TPing up.
a tough spot
Yeah.
here for Connor. Well, the striking set this up.
Yeah. But I think more than anything, it's the fatigue that has gotten Travis Connor into this situation.
Palm to palm, go with it.
Connor punching back.
Palm to palm, Yemi, palm to palm.
Well,
Yemi,
putting
palm
his
to palm. Let's
thumb
go.
up saying he's okay.
Here, palm to
Yeah,
palm.
but he's got to watch. He raised that neck up, and the arm of Oduwole could slip right in there. Now, that being said, Oduwole could burn out his arms trying to get the finish.
Get your hips in it.
Connor turning his head back towards Oduwole, and he's out momentarily.
Get some space, get away. Turn your side to parallel to the cage. Work some strikes in there.
Now, this is deemed a very dominant position. Just as I say it, Connor's back out, goes for the guillotine again.
Finish it, finish it.
Oh, here we go. Now he has the closed guard with the guillotine choke. Will it be enough?
Left elbow down.
Nate Jolly looking in close.
Oh, he is pulling for all he's got.
Yep,
And
he's
Connor with that big bowling ball of a head, he gets out.
out. And now he's on top again.
Yeah, and he really pulled hard, so it could be his arms kind of flushing out. But as I say, Oduwole back to the feet, so good at that technique, man. And that's really what it takes to weather the storm of a big guy. But with a minute and 30 left, will it be enough?
Yeah, weathering the storm, doing an amazing job defensively, but he's likely losing the fight. Got to try to fight to separate, do some damage, even if it opens up a hole for a sub again.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if Connor ends up being the more exhausted fighter at the end. If he wins rounds,
Right,
take it
yeah.
down again.
That being said, I think that Oduwole right now is ahead in the third round. Oh, here we go.
Go, Yemi, go.
It's an
And-
opportunity.
But nothing on the strikes of Yemi Oduwole. That's
Yemi, go.
I don't think those were really clean shots. 45 seconds left in the fight.
yeah, just nothing left there. If I were Oduwole, I'd try to position myself to possibly land the elbows.
Yeah.
You know, those don't take nearly as much force, just pressure, and they can cut you open. And you know, I think that's what it's going to take. Like I said, I think Oduwole definitely ahead in this round, but he's not going to win a 10-8 like this.
Right.
Get him away from the cage, Yemi.
Yeah. Okay, now this is tough.
Can Oduwole get a finish? Final 10 seconds of the fight. Connor's going to hang on here. And they're going to go to the judges' scorecards.
What a fight, Vince.
Man,
Technically speaking, a very deep fight here. These guys really fought hard, gutted deep, and they showed a lot of skill, tremendous amount of skill.
so you would give Connor that fight?
I would give him 29-28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tend to agree with you. Even though Yemi showed a ton of skills, it's about winning rounds. If you go to the
There
scorecards.
could be a judge in the house that ruled the second round for Yemi, possibly just because of his ability to fight back. But in my estimation, it's all Travis Connor.
Very intriguing as we'll go to the judges' scorecards on this one. And this pro bout. And the two need to be separated here as Connor telling Yemi that you got beat, and the corner of Connor has to push him back. As Yemi was walking around saying, no, I won. And then Connor continues to talk to Yemi, tongue out. He's trying to show his confidence. And these two who had shown some respect for one another. Remember, Connor helped Yemi up at the end of the first round. And now words at the end afterwards needing to be separated. Both tried to sell that they won the fight. Awful lot going to depend on how the judges deem the technical aspects of what we saw. Some heat after this welterweight bout. Cruz getting salty in Newport. Valor Fights 42, Vince Ferrar, Casey Oxendine. As we're awaiting the judges' scorecards. James Conner working his way around. You hope he doesn't work his way too close to Yemi, and that's the direction. Conner was trying to slyly work his way past the crew and get over to Yemi. He was looking over there, but then they noticed it and pulled Conner back. We don't need them face to face at this point. All right. Lot on the line here. Pro debut for Yemi. Travis Conner looking to pick up his first win as a pro in MMA. Both with terrific records as amateurs. Both slick with their ground game, and a lot of back and forth between these two. Yemi was 7-2 as a amateur. Conner 7-1. And both of them now will come to the middle of the cage, and they will touch gloves. Nate Jolly's got them both. And we go to the judges' scorecards to hear our winner. Let's go to Jennifer.
After 3 rounds, we go to your judges' scorecard for decision. Your first judge scored this bout 27-30 for blue. Your second judge scored this bout 29-28 red. And your third judge scored this bout 29-28 for your winner by split decision out of the blue corner.